Our next concern, what about secant and cotangent and cosecant? Because we don't have those buttons on here, right? Well, you know enough. You know how to do that. You keep your wits about you. It's not that big of a deal. I will say this, it is relatively rare that you use it, but if for some reason you need it, this is how we work it. Suppose we want to find I just picked one at random, cotangent of, I just picked a number out of the blue sky, 124 degrees. All right? Problem is there's no cotangent button. But what we do know, and the simplest, there are other ways, there are many ways to do this. The simplest way is to remember the reciprocal. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine, cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. Cotangent of 124 is the reciprocal of tangent of 124 degrees. Cotangent, so you form the reciprocal and then look up either, so for secant, if this had been secant, you would do 1 over cosine of the number. If it's cotangent, it's 1 over tangent of the number. If this had been cosecant, this would be 1 over sine of the number, and then you just find that number with your machine as ordinary. And so tangent, now I can do tangent, where's my number here? Tangent of, what's my number? 124 degrees. I have negative, now you gotta be careful, this is 1 over negative 1.4825, yada, yada, yada. Do not round until the very end. Do not round until the very end. Leave all the decimals in your calculator. Leave all the decimals in your machine. What we need now is the reciprocal of this. A couple ways to do it. The simplest way, on your machine, you will probably have one of 2 buttons. Some machines have the button x to the negative 1. Some machines have that button, which is the reciprocal. Other buttons have a 1 over x button. Other machines, rather. So one of these 2, these go the same. I think if you check on your phone I think has 1 over x. At least I think that's what my phone has. I've used my phone to do trigonometry all over the place. It's pretty commonplace, so that's fine. But one of these 2 buttons will almost certainly be on your machine. And so once I have the 1.482, that's negative, if I now take this and plus the 1 over x button, or the x to the negative 1 button, clear. Let's do x to the negative 1. This is now negative 0.674508, yada yada. Now, for my final answer, I round to 4 places after the decimal, 4 decimal places. This is negative 0.674. This is 0 to 4, so leave this alone, round down. 6745. Does it make sense this is negative? Does it make sense this is negative? Yeah, because look, 124 degrees is a quadrant 2 angle. That's in quadrant 2. And we know tangent and hence cotangent is positive in quadrants 1 and 3. If you're in quadrant 2 and you're doing cotangent, you stinking better get a negative answer. If you don't, something's wrong somewhere. You need to go fix it. So for the secant, cotangent, cosecant, for those reciprocal functions, you do the reciprocal, find the function your machine can work, do not round until the very, very end, and then give me 4 decimal places.